Good morning. It is Sunday morning, and I decided that I was in the mood to do a little bit of body work. I don't really like body work. That's actually why I paint everything with Raptor liner, because I want to start and finish with 80 grit. Just don't like it. So fortunately for me, I use bed liner on everything. So that will hide all of my hideous body work. All right, the mixing of the Bondo. Everybody loves Bondo. Let's move this stuff off this temporary table. This stupid table's been floating around my garage because I need to get it out of here, but it's just so freaking useful. I can't seem to take it out. If you're actually a professional and you do body work, or you want it to come out half as remotely good, do not follow anything I'm doing. I'm using a dirty piece of steel that literally has dog hair in it, but I don't care. And we're gonna take that, scoop out some of this here stuff, filler. Scrape that off into the table. Make sure I get that chunk of dog hair in there. Throw that there. Whoop. There we go. Throw that there. Take the cream hardener. Squeeze it up to the top. Make with the mix. Oh, before I make with the mixing, let's clean off my little thing here. Yeah, good enough. All right. So obviously I'm not a body guy, but fortunately this is also just plugging some holes. Just some gaps in the wing wall to the little extension I put in, which is mostly just to seal it for water. So it's really not as important that it's like buttery smooth filler with absolutely nothing in it. And I am being a little sarcastic. I actually do know how to do very good body work, but it is very time consuming, and I really am not a fan of time consuming body work. So that's literally why I don't do too much body work. You guys that do this stuff, man, I got nothing but respect for you. This stuff takes forever. You gotta do 1 coat, 2 coat, 3 coat, 4 coat, sand it all off, put it all back on. That's all you do is basically put on a pound of Bondo and then you sand 3/4 of it off. I wish like you knew exactly where to put it, you know? You would be sanding it on off all day. All right, well, since I don't know that, you're just gonna get to watch me wad this goo on there and then sand it all off. I gotta work a little quick because, of course, I didn't do any like correct ratio to filler to Bondo, which means it's probably gonna get hard as I'm talking to you. But that's okay, because I don't care. All right, get that in there. It is cool in the garage though, which is actually good. That'll help it not harden too fast. We'll just go ahead and just cram that in there. Oh yeah. Yeah, boy. Oh yeah, look at that. Eat your heart out, body guys. Look at that. I'm probably gonna get some phone calls after this. People want me to work at their body shop. Like, dude, we seen you lay that Bondo. Wow, absolutely horrible job. I can move that door out of the way. I need that nice front leather seat to put my Bondo on. All right, I'm actually trying to like pack it into this gap because I didn't want to weld the whole way down and then grind it off and just make it out of steel. The reason for that is, one, it's completely unnecessary in this application, right? Which is one thing. And the other thing is I didn't want to be putting all that heat into the fiberglass wall. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go this way. Drag that Bondo into my body line instead of the hack thing I was just doing. Can't exactly get in this corner too good. Like I just proved myself again by screwing it up. Man, this is like a freaking art. Come on, baby. Drag that into the gap. Oh, yeah. Oh, they call me the gap master. All right, I think that's enough destruction. I'm really happy I didn't make this too strong of a mix, because I'm really able to play with it longer than you're supposed to be. Yes, I just licked my finger so it wouldn't stick to my glove. All right, it's pretty much hard on me now, so we'll just let that dry. So what we have here is the rocker panel plastic cover. I kind of accidentally, well, purposely, cut the old ones right in half. Wow, that's thick, man. Like back in here, because I was sure I wasn't going to use them because this camper was going to come right against it. Not true. The camper was 10 inches higher than that, which is funny because I knew that when I cut them, but it didn't add up till right now. Yeah, that was pretty stupid. I actually could have left the whole rocker panel. Anyway, so I had to go hunt one down because Lexus wanted $700 for each piece. So I clearly wasn't going to do that. I found some on eBay that were damaged paint-wise, but obviously I'm painting the whole truck anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So fortunately I was able to get them. It really completes it. What it's doing is it's going to complete this extension of this plastic door panel and the rocker panel cover. It's just lightly snapped there so it stays there. They actually kind of move around. So what I'm going to do today is get these set up and maybe start getting into closing this up. I know that this side I don't need open. I was originally going to use this for storage, like for fuel cans and so on, but the bathroom, which is right in front of it, is really, really narrow, and it was like that because it had a toilet in there with the shower. It's called a wet bathroom or something, a wet room, which basically meant water can go anywhere, everything could get wet. It's a cool idea if you're saving space for like the refrigerator, but the refrigerator for this thing used to be humongous, and it's no longer there because I'm using a Dometic, which is way smaller. Technology has changed, everything's gotten smaller, and because of that, I have a little bit more room to mess with comfort. So I think I'm going to extend the bathroom cleaning this wheel well, which means I'm going to be cutting it clean out. So I don't need it. So I might cover this one up today and start to get an idea of what it looks like instead of a stupid gap. Because technically I could have cut the frame and moved the axle back 10 inches, but cutting the chassis was simply unnecessary. All right, so without any further talking and ado, let's get to cranking. All right, so my immediate difference here is I should probably clip all the clips in so I could slide this around, because I know I'm gonna have to trim this plastic. I don't want to trim the fiberglass to match this plastic because my rubber wheel well I'm gonna use that like 4-inch, universal wheel well to make my wheel well shape. So with that said, I have to leave at least a 1/2 of an inch onto this so I can screw it into it and it'll be tucked behind it. It's gonna look money, but I gotta start by getting this in there. So I think I'll start by clipping it in. Okay, that was easy. That was uneventful. I have some screws here. All these bad boys. Big old handful of screws. Those all go underneath it. They all go right in here. I think I still see where they go. Or do I? Oh, there it is. Okay, it's one. Just gonna kind of loosely put these in. This way I don't lose them. And it doesn't decide to just like shift on me or something stupid. What's nice about these rocker panel covers also is if you have some rusty rocker panels, you can hide them really well. Fortunately, these rocker panels are good, but if you're buying one of these 100 series, you might want to take these lower bolts out and pry it back like 1 inch, and you'll be able to see if the rocker panels are rusty. Otherwise, you might be buying someone else's rusty junk pile. All right, Bream, this is when you're supposed to do your thing. Oh my gosh, I think I'm just gonna have to like keep slicing it out, right? All right, so we're gonna cut down on this so I don't slice myself. I could probably use an air tool, which I might do because this is a lot more tension than I thought, and I really don't want to cut myself today. All right, safety first. I guess I'm just gonna keep cutting it until I get a mark. I know that much of it's gotta go. Ow. Oh, it stuck to me. It'll come off. Oh my gosh. Ow, so let's just go ahead and grab it twice because that's really smart. If the first time didn't burn you good enough, just go ahead and get it the second time. Trust me when I tell you, it works great. Ow. Man, I really am that dumb, ain't I? Ah! Oh, this sticks right to me. All right, now we will razor blade off the burrs and be very careful not to slice ourselves. It's crazy because like the closer you get, the more control you have of the blade, but you're close. So if you mess up,
you get yourself. Okay, we're almost there. Keep nibbling. Oh yeah, look at that. It's pretty good. All right, I think I'm just gonna punch that right into that and let that edge be that edge. So a little bit more off the top here. Come on, baby. Oh, perfect. Okay, so I think what I'm gonna do is punch a screw in that, and that'll at least hold it there. What I like to do is I like to use screws to set it, like a self-tapper. You get it where you want it and then set it. And then what I do is I take the screw out after it's set, drill it, and put a rivet in it. This way it's the same exact location. Because right now drilling it with a rivet would be a pain. And if I have to move it, it's not as easy. Set this where we want it, which is like right there. We'll put a screw in it. We're probably gonna put 2 in it, so I'll probably put it farther back. It doesn't look stupid. Okay. All right. Really, all I have to do now is make a little extension for the bottom here to this bar, which looks like really just a flat plate. I don't know if you can see that. So now I have to make a connection from here to basically here. And then that pipe will support everything here, which will be great. Plus, it leaves it like a little floppy. So if I run into something, somehow it won't like bend all this. Because the fiberglass ends basically way up here, and then this is just a wing. And then this is obviously all plastic. It's completely cosmetic, so it just has to not flop around in the wind. And look how nice that's already starting to look. It's starting to look like one piece. All right, come over to metal pile, see what we're gonna use for metal. I feel like I wanna use these. I don't know, so, that's about a 16th. Yeah, that'll work, we'll use these. All right, now we measure and cut. Looks like about 7 inches. So we're gonna mark that with my finger. I really gotta clean this up in here. Okay, we cut that off, give us a nice edge. And cut this in 7. Cool beans. Now we have to bend it. So let me measure. You know what? I gotta measure nothing. I gotta measure squat. Because it's all underneath it. We'll just bend it and whack it around until it works. Okay, we have bracketry. Now let's go test fit it. All right, now we'll mark it. Okay, the relaxed fit is like right here. So that's what we want. Probably pull it all the way in. Okay, let's go cut that. Man, I tell you what, if you don't own one of those, buy one of those. I love that thing. All right, let's test fit my piece. Ah, perfect. Yeah, it's actually really good. Okay, we'll weld that in and probably use a self-tapper right through here and pull that together instead of drilling 1,000 holes. All right, that's welded. And that cosmetic stuff is easy. It's like, it's so much less work, obviously, because it's not structural. It's not hot down there, so it won't melt my plastic. Now all I need to do is put a little screw in there, a little washer. All right, we want to go like right here. Is that where we want to go? Yeah, that's nice. Boomtown. Nice. It's a pretty good fit. All right, so that's in there. Now I'm going to punch some rivets into it and remove these screws. Rivets can look really nice and uniform, where screws obviously don't. So, well, they can too, but. And I think I'm going to run my aluminum kind of like this. So it almost starts to look like a body line instead of just, square pieces of aluminum for the side. Maybe what I should do is tuck it under it. No. Hold on. Oh yeah, no, I'll go right off the top of it. That'll look better. What I'll do is I'll bevel these ends at 45. Yeah, that'll be good. So I go under it. I gotta cut that and I really don't have the room to cut it. Wow, that's really strong. Okay, let's get the drill and drill some holes. Yep. Well, I guess I'll just plug that hole because I really don't need one here. That is pressed on there nice. This thing here. Oh, you know what? This is going to go into the rubber from here to here. So I'll be able to punch into that both ways. All right, so we'll leave that alone for now. Okay, well, that one's on. That was pretty easy, actually. You want to see an expensive piece of aluminum. 4 foot by 4 foot. All right, so before I make any cuts on that extremely expensive piece of aluminum, I'm going to make it out of cardboard because that's free. Oh my gosh, is that an immediate difference? Look at that, dude. Wow, that's gonna be so much better. So I'm gonna end up taking 4 inches off of the back here for departure angle. That 4 inches will make up a heck of a difference for departure. Plus, I'm gonna add 1.5 inches back in for the pipe that's gonna stick out to protect this fiberglass. Because it kind of swings, as you can see, it's a 6 foot span here. So it's gonna swing as I turn. And if I swing into something, I want to hit the frame extension than the fiberglass shell. So I'm gonna cut that back, and then I'm gonna build aluminum, swoop in like this, clean off the back, round, and that should be that for that, and then the pipe will be right underneath it. So I think I'm gonna start marking this crap out and cutting stuff here. Yeah, it's a pretty exciting moment. All right, let's mark some stuff out. Okay, there's the one extension. This section right up in here is gonna stay square until I can figure out the other pieces. Cut number 2 is going to be right there. That's going to make up right here, I think. I'm pretty good at I thinking. I hope my I thinkings are all righto. You know what I should do? I should clamp a piece of metal to that so I get a perfect line. Oh, I think I'm going to do it. Yeah, I'm going to do it. All right, give me a minute. Okay. Voila. Okay. Lay straight a line. Boomtown. Pretty good. My wheel well is correct. Yep. It's correct to the frame. Yep. Yeah, so it's actually, it's good. I just have to play with it a little bit. Because nothing on this stupid camper is true. Everything is wobbly. Everything's like, it's like doing drywall in an old house. It's an illusion that it's flat, because it really isn't. I can't get these stupid bolts out. They're like stripped clean. Good thing I got this screwdriver. Get the heck out of there. There we go. Really? That thing is right in the way. There we go. I think they call this a point of no return. Oh, that felt so wrong. Actually a pretty thick piece of fiberglass. Might as well make myself a little more itchy while I'm at it. All right, I'm ending this video here. Good night. Well, it smells a lot better in here. Last night, after cutting that disgusting fiberglass mess, I ran out of here because I did not have a respirator on and I was not going to sit here and breathe in that fiberglass dust. And I left the door open all night so it would vent out. And it did. It smells fine. So, in the meanwhile, while that was venting out, I thought about the rest of this design and how it's going to work. So I think what I'm going to do here is take the plates I cut and kind of fit them and then copy them for the other side, because there's a lot of fit work. And even though the copies will be cut to the same size, I'll still have to grind them and play with them. It's a lot of work to make it look right, because this is obviously going to be a visible cosmetic panel. The whole thing is cosmetic. It just moves the wheel well so I can put the fender well on it and it'll cover this. I cut this, as you've seen yesterday. I dropped exactly 4.5 inches off of the back, which I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but that 4.5 inches will really help me clear stuff on the departure. Obviously, this thing has a whole lot of camper butt past the axle, so I don't want to be like dragging all the time. Now I am going to build a high bumper and a high rock slider back here to protect this whole area so it can hit the ground. If you can imagine hitting the ground now, it would hit a whole lot harder and sooner if it had that extra almost 5 inches hanging off of it. So I'm going to really be reducing the load that the frame has to carry if it's dragging on the ground by removing that little bit, plus obviously more clearance. So anyway, let's make some test fits. All right, so that's gonna go there. Oh, look at that. Wow, that's crazy how quickly that completes that. Ugly? Not ugly. Ugly? Not ugly. Ugly? Not ugly. I think I'll drill all the holes in here. I have them marked out, and then I will put that on my aluminum here and cut my templates. This way I'm not wasting aluminum. Again, it's too dang expensive to be wasting. You go out and buy the stuff, you find out how like you make stuff fit, man. I'm like, anywho. All right, let's take this down and drill it. We're just gonna use the chair because I'm a hack. Okay, now we're gonna flip it over and grind off all these little gnarlings. All right, so there's my pieces. And they're gonna cover obviously all of this tragedy here. All right, now we get to copy these pieces. I gave it a quick test fit on the other side and it works perfect. Oh, look at that. I don't know if you can see this, but when the light hits the different cuts, it like moves in there. Oh, you know what I'm gonna do with this? I'm gonna clip this sucker right on and use this as my template. Oh, go brain. Oh, look at that. You've seen me brain today. I guess I could clamp it both on the top and then lay it down, but I gotta find something to lay it on. Ah, the stool. There. Now I'm not gonna burn my chair. Yeah, there we go, that'll work. All right, cool. I'm gonna mark it anyway. Not exactly sure why. That makes me feel good. Technically, I could just use that, but I think the bucket of the plasma cutter will fit right into this. Oh, it does. Well, the trouble is that it does, but it's not going to be right on the line. So I guess I am going to have to move it, or I could move it down, cut it, then line it up with that top line from the bottom. Ooh, that's gonna be sketchy. You know what, I think that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna mark it some more. I'm trying to use a freaking pencil. Does this even work? No, it does. Yeah, it does. Okay, so let's make a good mark here, because this is gonna be my line it up mark. Oh, it lined up pretty good.
So I decided just to freehand that one, and I think I'm gonna continue to do that.
Okay. All right, well, that's the shape of it.
How straight that line is. That's why I use my level. Haha, I get it. Actually, it has nothing to do with it. I just use a level as my guide, and it cut it perfect. Okay, is that one? Now we switch hands. All right. And I think, where is this damn? There it is. All right, so I'm gonna start drilling and riveting because this actually has to bend a little. And I'm gonna put it under load and then bop it, maybe? I am using aluminum rivets so that I don't have any dissimilar metal trouble. Nice. Nice and tight. This part's gonna take a while. And a rivet. Okay, now the other one. I think I'm just about out of rivets though. Right, I'm pretty happy with this. I'm gonna go pick up some pop rivets. I'll be back. All right, I got that panel done. So the panels are all finished. Panels are done. The other side's done too. And the other side is kind of cool. I built like a little barbecue in the back. It's actually a slide out from the old wheel well was so dang big that I had all this space that I didn't need on this side. This side I'm cutting out for a shower pan. So I gotta have like a big shower in there with the bathroom and everything. The other side didn't need that space. So here's the little barbecue door. This flips down. It's screwed shut right now because I'm actually waiting for the latches to come. This has got a big old seal in there. You can see it right in there. And then it's pretty big. It runs the whole length all the way to the frame right there. So it's pretty dang big and it's on slow close slide. So you slide out the barbecue. When you're done, you slide it in, it hits and then slowly sucks in. I was able to pull that off on this side. Pretty dang happy about that.